it's Lauren. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. If you are new here, I am a licensed hairdresser. So today's video is going to be all about how to properly care for your hair, and I'm going to be featuring Virtue Labs. Virtue Labs is one of my favorite hair care lines for several reasons. One of which is that they use alpha keratin 60Ku, which is a special keratin protein that was discovered by bioscientists. If you don't know, our hair is made up of 90% keratin. So the fact that they were able to extract alpha keratin 60Ku, it means that it is going to be easily identifiable by our bodies and our hair, and it will go into the places in the hair that need it most. And what you are left with is irresistibly shiny, soft, healthy hair that continues to stay strong and smooth. There are some different studies that have been done, and they are shown on their website with some close-ups of the hair. So I want to share a few of those stats with you because I found this very interesting. There was a 22% increase in thickness of a hair strand. They magnified it 860 times. There is a rise in the moisture levels, which plumps up the actual diameter of the hair, which I think is super, super cool. There is a 95% reparation in split ends. So after 5 uses, those splits seal back together, making the hair whole again. There is a 67% reduction in frizz after just 4 applications, which you can see here. And there is a 138% increase in the vibrancy and radiance of the hair. Now, this one I find particularly interesting because it's not adding to the color of your hair, but what I do think is happening is because it is filling in all of those cracks and things in the cuticle of the hair, it is going to help that light reflect and really amplify your color and make it look super shiny and healthy and radiant. So now throughout this video, I'm going to be showing you the entire process of what using Virtue Labs looks like in your routine, from shampooing and conditioning to going through applying a frizz blocking spray, using their mousse, the healing oil, and then after a few days using the Refresh Dry Shampoo to help soak up those oils and extend the life of your style. In addition to using their products though, I do want to educate you on how to properly cleanse your hair because I think that this is a crucial step in extending the life of your style. Additionally, I want to show you how to really blow dry your hair to smooth it out without causing any blowback and frizz. And I want to share a few extra tips on how to boost the shine in your hair and really keep it looking nice. So I hope that you'll enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun making this. Hair is definitely a passion of mine, and I am so excited to share this entire review / demo with you. Now I'm going to show you how to properly wash your hair, and that starts with thoroughly saturating your hair with water. You really want to make sure that you are lifting up underneath your hair and getting all of that wet, separating it out, and making sure that everything is evenly coated with water. So for today's shampoo, I'm going to be using the full shampoo and conditioner from Virtue Labs. This has pink pomelo, which has vitamins A, C, B1, and zinc. This helps to plump the hair and add density. It also has hydrolyzed quinoa for protein and moisture and shine. You'll notice that when I apply the shampoo to my hair, I don't just slap it on the outer layer. I am really using my fingers to work it up underneath those sections of my hair. I'm working it all around through the back. This is an area in particular that tends to get kind of greasy, especially after you've slept on it or you've had your hair up or if you've been sweating from working out. I always like to add a little bit of extra water once I've started that lather because this helps it to suds up even more. And I typically concentrate all of my shampoo at the scalp and then let it run down through my ends. Our ends don't tend to get as oily as our roots, and so you just want to focus on the product where you need it the most so you don't waste your money. Then when you actually go to rinse your hair, you also want to continue lifting up those sections so that the water can completely rinse out the shampoo. Next, I'm going to use the full conditioner, which is $42. And in addition to the other ingredients like the shampoo, this also has artichoke leaf for lipids. You'll notice with this and the shampoo, I really don't need to use that much product. I typically squeeze out my hair so that the conditioner can thoroughly soak into my hair without added water. And I typically add this from the mid-lengths of my hair to the ends. The reason being, our scalp tends to produce more oil, and so it's going to be naturally conditioned. I will drag it up a little bit, but I tend to focus most of that product through the ends. And once I've got it worked in, I like to take a wide tooth comb and really get that saturated through my hair. And I tend to let this sit for a few minutes while I wash my body or, shave or whatever. Then, the same as the shampoo, when you go to rinse this out, make sure you are really lifting up, especially on those back sections of your head, to get all of the conditioner off of your hair. And when you're ready to get out of the shower, give your hair a nice light squeeze, but remember to be gentle. You don't want to squeegee it off of your hair and pull your hair. Now that I'm out of the shower and we have a nice, fresh, clean base to start with, I'm going to begin styling my hair. Today I'm going to use a few different products, the first of which is the Frizz Block Smoothing Spray, and this is amazing. This is $44, but what is so incredible about this is that it has up to 450 degrees heat protection, and for 72 hours it has a frizz blocking mechanism. It uses a lipopeptide to control that frizz and humidity. And what I love so much about this is how incredibly shiny and soft it makes my hair. So the first thing you need to see is that it is sort of this bi-phase formula, so you do want to give it a good shake before you spray it into your hair. And what I will be doing is spraying it section by section. You want to make sure that you thoroughly coat the hair so you get that frizz block and humidity protection. So as you'll see, I'm not going to be too precise with it, but I am going to pull up sections of my hair and get it out of the way, and then spray this all over. And I'll just drop sections and repeat that process. And once I have this all over my hair, I will also go ahead and comb through it just to make sure that it is evenly distributed. I will also say what I have loved so much about this is that it doesn't leave your hair feeling heavy or weighed down. It's not going to create a buildup or film on your hair. And additionally, it doesn't have any alcohol, so it's not going to dry your hair out with regular use. The next product that I'm going to put into my hair, because my hair is on the finer side and I do like quite a bit of volume, but I also want it to be very sleek and shiny, I'm going to use the Full Volumizing Mousse. This is $38, and just like with all of Virtue Labs products, it has the alpha keratin 60Ku in it to help repair your hair. What I think is so special about this particular mousse is it has baobab oil in it, which is going to block humidity. It's going to add some heat protection, which is actually pretty great when you consider having it up by your roots. A lot of times we're putting a lot of heat on that area to get that lift, so having that extra heat protection is really important. And it's going to add some strength and shine. So give it a little shake, and nice healthy dollop of foam there. I use a little more than a golf ball for my hair. And I just start at the roots and I work this all through, making sure to lift sections just like when you're shampooing so that you get those underneath layers of your hair as well. I also like to give that a little brush through as well, so that way it kind of distributes it down the hair a little bit further. So now that we have both of these products in, we've got the Frizz Block and we've got the Volumizing Mousse, I'm going to section my hair and blow dry section by section using a round brush. I like using a boar bristle brush because it has really good tension, so that when you are pulling down on the hair, it's really going to help to smooth it. I'm barely pulling at all, but it's got such good grip, so that really adds to the enhancing the shine of your hair and making it very smooth and sleek. And I think especially with a product like Frizz Block, you definitely want that to really enhance the product itself. So let's get started. When I go to blow dry my hair, I always start with a rough blow dry. This helps to remove a majority of the water from my hair, and that way when I actually start using a brush and styling it, I can focus on creating the shape rather than removing water. But you'll notice when I am rough drying my hair, I flip the top section of my hair back and forth. This helps to over direct the root of the hair upwards, and it creates a lot of lift and volume without even having to use a brush. I also like to get a lot of the moisture out through the back portion of my hair. This tends to be an area that holds on to a lot of water for a lot of people. But the goal of this is to get your hair to be about 80 to 85% dry, so that way when you start your round brush styling, you can really just focus on that rather than removing the water. I also like to lift my hair through this process because it really helps to get even more of that moisture out. And then once I've got it about 80 to 85% dry, this is where I start to section my hair before we start to do the styling portion. So I like to start by releasing sections from the bottom portion of my hair, pinning the top up out of the way, and as I work through my hair, I will drop sections down. You'll notice I am scooping the hair up from underneath that brush, and I follow it with the nozzle of my blow dryer. I like using a concentrator nozzle because this helps to create really smooth hair. And you'll also notice that as I am drying, I am angling that blow dryer down towards the ground, and I'm staying on the outside edge of that brush. If you go on the inside of the brush, it's going to blow the hair back upwards towards your scalp, which is not what you want. Really angling that brush down is going to give you the smoothest result. You'll also notice this boar bristle brush adds a lot of tension, so I can really use the brush to hold my hair in place and move the dryer up and down. You never want to just leave the dryer in one spot. That is more likely to scorch your hair. So as you'll notice, I'm going to just keep moving it down the hair. This shot in particular, upon looking at it later, really blew me away by just how shiny my hair was. I know that the frizz block really adds a lot of shine, but this is truly remarkable, being able to see it from a different perspective. So now I'm going to continue releasing sections of my hair. I do about 4 sections on my hair total just because of the density of my hair. If you have more hair, you'll want to do more sections. If you have finer hair than me, you could probably do 3 sections. But I'm going to continue the process of scooping up underneath my hair. You'll notice sometimes I will use my thumbs, either from the hand that is holding the brush or the hand that is holding the dryer, to lift up a new section of my hair. But a lot of times on these lower sections of my hair, I can just use the brush to scoop up underneath the hair. I always like to pay special attention to that front area right in front of the ears. That tends to be an area that can get a little bit frizzier, and it's also a telltale sign of frizz. So making sure to get that area right in front of your ears is really going to give you such a sleek look. Notice how I maintain the tension and I give it a little bit of a curve at the end there. And here I am using my thumbs to lift up another section of that hair. I'm going to speed through this process a little bit because it is very repetitive. But eventually when we get more towards the top, I have more tips and tricks to add. You'll notice as I start working towards the back, I will start lifting that hair up a bit more. This helps to over direct the hair up, and it really helps to activate that mousse and create a lot of lift through the roots. You still want to maintain an angle down on the brush, trying to keep it on the outside to keep your hair really nice and smooth and create the most shine possible. Again, as I work through the crown, I always try to give a little bit more lift to that area in particular. Always over directing up. And then when I get to these last sections of my hair through this top crown portion, I usually do about 3 sections here. And when I am doing this very, very top section, I make sure to get my brush pretty much vertical. I want that hair to be going almost 90 degrees up off of my head. And sometimes I'll even pull it forward a little bit for that extra over direction. I will tell you, at this point, your arms are going to be tired. It is a lot of work to really get that hair going up and out and moving both the brush and the dryer. At this point, I was definitely starting to break a sweat. The result is definitely worth it though. It looks so good and it lasts for several days. Whenever I get to the very front portions of my hair, I do things a little bit differently though. So I will actually find my part and I figure out where it's going, and then I will take that brush right up underneath it and start blow drying it down in the direction of my hair. And the reason that I do this instead of going straight back the way a lot of tutorials will show you is because I have a ton of baby hairs. So if I continue taking horizontal sections backwards just like I did through the crown, it creates a lot of extra little frizzy, pokey baby hairs that stand up. So I like to do this. And then I like to go up underneath that front section, especially where my shorter pieces are. This really helps the hair to have a nice flow backwards away from your face. You don't have to do too much crazy sectioning. You can really just kind of use the brush to kind of, again, scoop up behind the hair. And I'll continue this process through here. And additionally, when I'm doing this front section, I sometimes will roll it forward as well. Going underneath again, here's where I go forward, and this really helps those little tiny baby hairs in the front to lay down a bit more. And then I'll go ahead and sweep it backwards again too, just to create a really nice flow and shape to the hair. And you'll notice after this pull in particular how well it lays. And then I like to kind of flip it out on the other side too, just to create a little bit of extra balance. Once I have got the hair pretty much all styled out, I like to go through just for another second to make sure everything is really nice and dry. And then I like to hit it with some cool air, holding that cold shot button. This really helps to seal down the cuticle of the hair and make it super, super shiny. Also, it just feels really good when you're just burning up. But look how glossy my hair looks. I love blow drying my hair like this. It makes it look so, so good. So shiny. Now that it is all dry, I want you to take a look at how glossy it is. I haven't even put anything else on it yet. So now is the finishing step. This is one of my personal favorite parts, applying the healing oil. So the healing oil is very special because in it, it's kind of hard to see in here, you can see the alpha keratin 60Ku suspended in this formula. So it is very important to give this a good shake as well. I can't get over how good this stuff, Olive Virtue, is so good. So, okay, got this nice and well shaken. This is $44, and what makes this so special, again, the alpha keratin 60Ku, but also it has clear oils. So if you are a blonde, it's not going to stain your hair or make it appear darker. And it's scented like gardenia. It smells so, so good. So when I use this, I only use a few drops. I don't really need more than that to make an enormous impact in my hair. So you really want to rub it in. And then I just go all through the ends of my hair. It makes your hair feel so soft. It makes it smell so good. And then once I get this all the way worked through the ends of my hair, what I like to do is take a boar bristle brush and give it a good comb through to really evenly distribute that oil. Look at that beautiful, beautiful shine. My hair is so glossy. It feels so, so good. Look at how shiny my hair is. My hair is never this shiny. That frizz block really is incredible. Has such good volume. It's going to last for days because we did such an incredible prep on the hair. We put a mousse in the hair, which is really going to help to absorb those oils. And then when it finally does start to feel a little bit oily, using the Refresh Dry Shampoo is going to extend that style even longer. Look at that. So shiny, so healthy, so, so good. Absolutely love it. A few days after I blow out my hair, I like to use a bit of dry shampoo to keep the style going. And I can usually tell when I need to start adding some dry shampoo because these pieces around my face tend to start clumping together and getting a little bit stringy. So I like using the Refresh Dry Shampoo. This is my absolute favorite dry shampoo. I have tried a lot over the years, and most of them leave you with that powdery coating on your scalp that you can almost scrape off with your nails, and it doesn't actually feel like it's getting your hair clean. But that's why I love Refresh so much. This has tapioca starch and kaolin clay, so they're going to absorb that oil. Tapioca starch brushes out of the hair very easily, It will never leave you with a chalky residue, which is what I think really separates Refresh Dry Shampoo from the rest of the dry shampoos on the market. So this is $34. They also have some smaller travel sizes, which I believe are 17. And so what I like to do is just lift up sections of my hair, give it a good spray. And I do that typically throughout the top sections of my hair, especially through the front and the crown where I tend to get the most oily. But you can see as I'm spraying it, no white residue at all. Even if there is the teensiest bit, when you fluff it through with your fingers, it's completely gone. Do a little bit back here. And the nice thing about this, it smells really nice and fresh, but it gives you more volume. And as someone with somewhat fine hair, I will take all the volume I can get, especially on those days that I've slept on my hair a little bit. You have it. You just kind of work it in, let it sit a bit. Absolutely no residue on my hair. Does not feel chalky and heavy on my scalp. It doesn't feel chalky and heavy all over my fingers. This is, in my humble opinion, the best dry shampoo money can buy. I keep trying others to see if I will ever find one that will live up to this one, and none of them have so far. So this has my seal of approval. I pretty much always have backups in my cabinet. It is a game changer if you are trying to extend the life of your style. So there you have my full hair routine with the Virtue Labs. This is one of my absolute favorite lines. I love what it does for my hair. My hair feels so incredibly soft. It has so much shine and body, and it just feels really, really good. I love that Virtue continues to repair and nourish your hair with every use using the alpha keratin 60KU. I think that it is just such a well thought out, well curated line. And I will say, as someone who has tried a plethora of hair care lines, one of my favorite things about Virtue is how concentrated the products are. You need such a tiny, tiny amount of everything that you use to have incredible results. So I really think that it justifies the price. If you have watched this entire video, thank you so much. And if you would like to consider supporting me, you can hit that like button. That does help other people to find my channel. And if you are interested in purchasing any of these products, I do have a link below in the comment box. I am an affiliate with Virtue Labs, and it does not cost you any extra to shop through my link, but I do get a small commission from each purchase made. I will continue to update above the link when there are good sale deals, so you can shop directly through that link. If you're not following me over on Instagram, I do have a link in my bio, and I frequently share Virtue links in my stories on Instagram. So thank you again so much for watching. If you want to see more of this type of content from me, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.